Hello, welcome back to my channel, Watts World, and I just wanted to kind of update you on where I'm at in my schooling. I am now in clinical. I did survive clinical bound, and I am about to finish my first of 5 sectioned out series of clinical. It's just based on hours, so I will meet my 135 hours today. But let's backtrack. So I would have loved to have made a much clearer video using my editing program, but I just don't have the time for that. Even though I'm only in clinical 3 days, there is some paperwork involved and SBAR writing and just family life and personal things going on. So the very first day of clinical, from the moment I woke up, I felt so nauseous. All the way here, which is an hour drive for me, I felt incredibly nauseous. Walking in, nauseous. The theme of the day was nausea. No vomiting, just intense anxiety, I think. And, maybe by lunch, I was still on that roller coaster ride, and mainly I just did observing. I might have participated slightly in the physical exam. I did, at least by the end of the day. And I think I even did my first pap swabbing. But probably halfway through, it was like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm just so scared. How am I ever going to catch on? By the end of the day, I was feeling better. I think actually the more hands-on I got, the better I felt. So transitioning from observation to actual doing was a good thing. And I walked into it thinking, okay, the first 2 days, all I'm going to do is be a fly on the wall. And that was not true. So the first day, I didn't even have my stethoscope on. I left it in the bag, and that was probably mistake number 1. Don't ever assume, and always be prepared. So after that, things started to feel better. Now, my first week, I only had 2 days of clinical, so by the end of that first week, I was starting to feel better. I don't feel nauseous anymore, but I still have moments of anxiety, or when it's a complicated situation, and I'm like, man, I just don't know how I would proceed with that. But anyways, so by the end of the first month, things are really great. I would say the biggest areas that I would be lacking on or have less confidence in, and probably still today, but gradually it has gotten better, is the planning management aspect. You learn so much depending upon what program you're in is when you learn it. And with my program being clinicals all at the end, it's like, wait, I need to kind of refresh my mind a little bit. So, I feel good, like bimanuals and sometimes locating cervixes with a speculum can be a little tricky. And the bimanual is just determining the position of the uterus. Feeling the cervix, most of the time I can reach it. There's some people that I just can't. But I'm feeling pretty good. And now I'm finishing up my first of 5 sessions or sections of clinical, and I'm feeling really good about that. My only hesitation or anxiety is, where am I going to go when I'm done with my first site? But that's more of a personal issue. If you've had to find your own clinicals, then you know that it isn't easy. Some areas are harder than others, and if you're like FNP and you have to have this type and that type, and OBPs and blah, 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 it's probably a challenge for those specialties. And me being women's health, all I need is like OBGYN offices, and it's more challenging than I thought. You call some places and it's like, oh, you're calling way too soon, or you get brushed off, call back. Or you leave a message, let me transfer you to blah, blah, blah. And then they never return your call. When you just wish they would say no, so you can cross the name off the list and stop wasting their time, your time, everyone's time. You know, it's very, very difficult, and I am gonna be thankful even if I have to drive 4 hours and stay overnight with money I don't have, because it means I will be closer to graduation and maybe I can actually finish my degree. Because the worst thing in the world to me is getting to this point and not having anywhere to complete my degree. I mean, I don't want to think about it because I'll probably cry. Although at this moment I have hope. So hopefully things will work out, and clinical is great. So if you have any clinical questions, please post below. I was originally gonna do like a week by week segment, but I'm already 130 hours in. So one thing, I don't have a lot of hands-on experiences with the documentation. I am using downtime forms because I don't have access to the EMR, but I do really enjoy it, and I love asking my preceptor questions, and she's so very helpful. And I really think getting a preceptor that you kind of like mesh with is key. But we don't always get the best choices, so you know, don't give up. Good luck, and this too shall pass. Like, comment, and share.